Welcome to all our guests joining us for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center's 2021 Virtual Gala and Community Leadership Awards. It's me, Jujubee, and you may recognize me from a little show called RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, being on television is super great. It's so much fun, but it's really an honor for me to be a part of something like this. Events that show progress within our communities towards equity and inclusion of LGBT people of all backgrounds. Tonight is a night to reflect on this past year, to celebrate our perseverance through a pandemic, and to honor those who have been great leaders in our community that have impacted change as champions to the LGBT community. The gala is usually a fun in-person ticketed event, but since we're unable to meet in person, Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center has decided to make this gala available for everyone to enjoy virtually and safely from the comfort of your own home. I do wish that I was there with you tonight in person, but just because this event is virtual, it does not mean that it can't be fun, because you know what? This is going to be a great time. Thank you so much for joining us. And please join me in welcoming the board chair for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, Patrick Flicky.
Thank you, Jujubee. We are so excited to have you here with us tonight. I'm Pat Flicky. My pronouns are he, him, his, and by way of access, I'm a 33-year-old white man with short brown hair and a purple shirt and a blue blazer. And professionally, I work for Muhlenberg College's Career Services. I also have the privilege of serving as the chair of the board of directors of Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. Usually, we are all gathered together in person for an extravagant night of celebrating our LGBT community leaders with dinner, decorations, and auctions. But the pandemic can't take the community out of our gala and LGBT Community Leadership Awards. So we want to thank you for joining us at this virtual celebration. There's still lots to look forward to tonight. You'll see more of Jujubee, hear about the impact of our services this past year, and we have a special performance lined up from singer-songwriter Catie Curtis. Enjoy the program and have a wonderful night.
Hi, I'm Gabby Hochfeld, and I go by she, her, hers pronouns. I'm the Health Outreach Coordinator at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. We are so happy to have you here with us at our first ever virtual gala. And I will tell you a little more about myself later in the evening, but we should recognize that as we celebrate this evening, we do so on the walking treaty lands, the original and unceded lands of the Lenape people. As we fight for equal justice for the LGBTQ+ people, we also stand in solidarity with the indigenous communities. With that being said, I would like to introduce you to Matt, who will tell you a little bit more about our sponsors. Take it away, Matt.
Kim, please take your place at position 4. Audio ready. Bill, get ready for position 1.
Take it away, Matt.
Gabby, please repeat.
Matt, you're on.
Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Hello and good evening, ladies, gentlemen, queers, gays, and theys. My name is Matt Easterwood. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am the Development Manager at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, and by way of access, I am a white man in a dazzling blue and gold jacket and turtleneck, sitting in front of a gorgeous mural of the Lehigh Valley. I am so glad to be here in your home with you tonight. I never thought we'd be hosting the Gala and LGBT Community Leadership Awards from your home, but here we are. It's giving me quarantine realness, and I love that for us. Though COVID-19 has forced us to be together separately, we are so grateful to be together nonetheless. I would love to express our gratitude for some very important community partners. It is in large part because of them that we are able to stay connected and celebrate the diversity, brilliance, and perseverance of our community. First, a loud and proud thank you to our presenting sponsor, Air Products. We are so thankful for your leadership support of the LGBTQ+ community of the Lehigh Valley. Next, we have lots of vibrant gratitude for our production sponsor, Create and Be Art Culture. Thank you so much for helping us produce this virtual celebration. We'd also love to thank our friends at Olympus, UPMC Health Plan, PPL, Capital Blue Cross, People First Federal Credit Union, Highmark Blue Shield, the King Spry Law Firm, AARP, and RCN. Thank you all so much for your continued support. It truly makes a world of difference. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Lori Hackett from Air Products. Lori, you're on.
Matt, thank you so much. On behalf of all of us at Air Products, I'm so pleased to welcome you to Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center's annual Gala and LGBT Community Awards. For us at Air Products, this is a real honor. We have at our very core a strong mission at Air Products that all people belong and matter. And like all of you, our commitment to diversity, inclusion, and belonging is strong and steady. We are loyal fans of Bradbury-Sullivan, just as I know all of you are. So thanks for being with us. The time we take today to pause and recognize LGBT community leadership is so important. And we're so delighted to be here with you to celebrate that. Thanks for all that you do today and will continue to do in the future, Bradbury-Sullivan. We appreciate you, and our community is better off because of your work and your commitment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. We appreciate you and Air Products for being the presenting sponsor this year. Sponsoring this event helps the center continue to produce the arts, health, youth, and pride programs that Bradbury-Sullivan Center is so great doing. Thank you for not only supporting the LGBT community, but for also celebrating leadership in our community. Speaking of leadership, please join me in welcoming Adrienne Shanker, the Executive Director of Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Shanker, he, him, his pronouns, and by way of access, I'm a white man wearing a purple shirt and a wooden bow tie, and I'm so glad you are here with us tonight for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center's virtual gala. COVID-19 has presented all nonprofit organizations with unprecedented challenges. But rather than talk about those challenges tonight, I want to talk about what we've learned. When COVID-19 precluded our ability to offer in-person programs, we learned that we can build our community from a distance. We transitioned all our programs to virtual platforms to keep our community connected through these challenging times. When COVID-19 shut down in-person school, we learned that we could support LGBTQ youth by delivering care packages with healthy food and essential hygiene supplies. When COVID-19 unmasked existing health disparities, we learned to advocate for data collection changes, and as a result of our advocacy, Pennsylvania became the first state to mandate LGBT data collection for COVID-19 infections. Throughout the last year, our team at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center has worked tirelessly to celebrate, support, and advocate for our community. But tonight isn't about us, it's about you. Our impact is made possible because of you. You made it possible for us to advocate for vaccine prioritization for people living with HIV. You made it possible for us to offer vibrant virtual programs for National Poetry Month, LGBT History Month, and World AIDS Day, and of course, Lehigh Valley Pride. You made it possible for us to offer safe in-person support for LGBTQ youth. And I'm here to say that your support last year did not go unnoticed because our impact has never been greater. That's why we need your support again this year. 2021 is just as unprecedented and unpredictable as 2020 was for our nonprofit. The only difference is that this year, there won't be the COVID emergency grants to keep us afloat. So we need you, our community, now more than ever.
Hello, I'm Kim Ketterer. I use any pronouns with respect. I am the Youth Programs Manager for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center and our program Project SOAP. Project SOAP is so important to the youth that we work with. It provides a safe space for them to figure out who they are, to have a safe place that feels like home to go to during the day, when their home might not feel that way, it might not be accepting. We really try to make it feel like our chosen family down at the center, so that our youth know that they have support and a foundation that they can grow into successful adults. We've had youth become amazing leaders, get scholarships to college. We've helped them find jobs, do resumes, and just become themselves. This program is so vital to the youth in our area to have a space where they can grow and learn and have support. Without this space, our youth would be floundering. I love our youth so much, and they're some of the most creative, amazing youth I've ever met in my life. If you can, please donate to help our program and make sure that these youth have the stable foundation they need to be successful queer adults.
Wow, it's one thing to read about all the great work that Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center does for its community, but it's so impactful to actually hear testimonials from people who have benefited from the work the center does. I would totally cry if I could. I have no emotions like whatsoever. And I'm also wearing eyeliner. But no, seriously, it's so heartwarming to know that Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center is out there doing so much work to ensure that people have the resources they need when they need it. Now, it's time for you to help. You can make a difference too. Yeah, I'm talking to you. All you have to do is text BSC Gala 2021 to 44321. Your donation will ensure that the testimonials you heard today does not stop tomorrow. Please donate for equity, inclusion, and for a better tomorrow for all LGBT people. We need you.
Good evening. My name is Bill McGlynn. My pronouns are he, him, his. By way of access, I'm a 66-year-old white senior man, and I'm standing in a podium in front of a rainbow flag and the center's purple logo. I am the Gala Committee Chair at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, and I'm so pleased to be a part of this year's Gala and LGBT Community Leadership Awards. Pleased because I get to participate again in standing up for the center as a volunteer and donor. The center is my voice, and I know I am heard. At our last Gala, thanks to the generosity of the Air Products Challenge Grant, and our community standing up and matching that challenge, our community came together to pay off the center's mortgage. I love a good challenge, especially if it supports center staff and the delivery of programs and advocacy that they provide for all of us. So, here is a challenge for this year. We've gathered the group of 10 who are jointly committed to providing a total of $10,000 to the Text to Give portion of the evening. But we need the community to match this $10,000 so that our LGBT center has the resources to keep doing great things in our community. We put $10,000 on the table, and every dollar up to that will be matched. So, text BSC Gala 2021 to 44-321 and give what you can to support the center for 2021. You will soon see and hear from the others from the group of 10. Thanks so much. I'm in. Are you?
I'm Liz Kleintop, and I'm in for the challenge.
Hi, my name is Gary Jones, and I'm in for the challenge.
I'm Tracy Detton, and I'm in for the challenge.
I'm Adrian Schenker, and I'm in for the challenge.
I'm Clara Bellitti, and I'm in for the challenge.
Hi again, and welcome back me. As you ask your podmate or significant other to go fetch your credit card for our Text to Give campaign, I want to remind you about our incredible Once in a Pandemic donor experiences. For every $100 you donate, you will support free arts, health, youth, and pride programs for our community, and you will earn one complimentary entry for these experiences. That's one entry for every $100 you donate. Text BSC Gala 2021 to 44321. Our first fabulous experience is a hot glass experience for up to 4 people at the Banana Factory Art Center in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This opportunity is private, COVID-safe, and professionally led as you and your pod make a stunning multicolor glass paperweight from start to finish. Our next experience is a portrait painting by Brooklyn-based artist Arturo Cabrera. Arturo specializes in portraiture and will capture the subtle nuances of what it means to be human in an 8 by 10 inch portrait for you to spice up your quarantine decor. Our next extraordinary experience is a one-night, one-bedroom stay at the beautiful Sire Mansion in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This staycation is the perfect experience for a getaway, even though we can't get away. Our next phenomenal experience is the incomparable Gables at the Sterling Guest Hotel in Reading, Pennsylvania. This additional staycation includes a one-night, one-bedroom stay and the opportunity to enjoy some much-needed away time. Our final marvelous experience is a private and COVID-safe photo session with Lehigh Valley-based fine art photographer Kate Hughes. Gather your podmates, your pod pets, or simply just your pod self, and let Kate turn the seemingly ordinary into extraordinary moments you can frame and cherish forever. Remember, for every $100 you donate, you will earn 1 complimentary entry for one of these 5 experiences. I will be in touch with our selected donors within the next week to deliver further details of their experience. To donate, text BSC Gala 2021 to 44321. Good night, and thank you for supporting our community.
Okay, this is amazing. These donations flooding in show me that there's so much love out there. Please continue to donate throughout the evening by texting BSC Gala 2021 to 44321. You know, it's paramount that we meet our goal. I mean, as a queen, I believe that serving the community is what I'm made to do. But as a human being, I believe that an act of service and helping somebody else is the most fulfilling thing. And that's why I'm standing here asking you for your help. So please text BSC Gala 2021 to 44321. You know, the Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center started as a small team, but thanks to donations and support, the center has grown to employ 17 people. These amazing souls make up different departments within the center that keep our community flourishing. Let's take a moment to hear from them so we can get to know all of their faces on the front line of making your community a better place, one day at a time.
I'm Liz Bradbury, Director of the Training Institute at the Center. I provide equity and awareness training to help a wide variety of organizations and businesses gain LGBTQ cultural competence and avoid barriers to communication. In the last 4 years, I provided over 200 uniquely tailored trainings to more than 11,000 people. As part of our work in 2020, I trained over 1,000 COVID-19 contact tracers for the Pennsylvania Department of Health to collect LGBTQ demographic data to ensure we have the resources to fight the pandemic.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I'm the Pride Programs intern here at the Bradbury-Sullivan Center. I help Pride Programs plan their events, which includes the 2021 Spring Gala, which we're really excited to be bringing to you. Thank you, guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nat. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a development intern here. I helped create the program book for the gala. Just wanted to say thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Hi, my name is Ezra Creighton. I'm a development intern at Bradbury-Sullivan Center, which means I help do grant writing and get sponsorships to help run our programs, including this gala that we're super excited to share with you today. Thank you.
Oh, hi, it's me, Ariel Torres, aka Miss Electra Fierce St. James, and I am the Pride Programs Manager for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I produce Pride programs throughout the year, which are events where our community can come together and celebrate. And of course, everyone's favorite event that I produce would be Lehigh Valley Pride. which is usually our event with about 5,000 people who attend in person and celebrate our community. Thank you so much to all of you for your donations this evening, and I hope for a healthier future where we can celebrate together in person again with pride.
Hi, I'm Christina Gramber-Savage, and I'm the Data and Evaluation Manager for Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I evaluate many of the programs we offer, making sure the work that we do is data-driven and evidence-based. Thank you for your support, and I hope that we can celebrate together next year.
Hi, my name is Claudia Hanover. I'm a community fellow from Lehigh University working as a development assistant in Bradbury-Sullivan. I've had an amazing time working with the development team to make and maintain donor relationships to ensure a great 2021 for the center.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kimberly Levitt, the Health Programs and Supportive Services Manager at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. Throughout the year, the health team provides resources, referrals, and educational opportunities through relevant health campaigns, including trainings on mental health and the LGBT community and a breast screening webinar series. And most recently, providing guidance for people to stay up to date and safe during COVID, and more importantly, where to get your COVID vaccine. Learn more about the amazing things the health team is doing from my colleagues, Gabby and Riley. Have fun tonight.
Hi, my name is Gabby Hochfeld, and I'm the Health Outreach Coordinator at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. My job is to focus on tobacco prevention education and awareness about big tobacco companies' heightened influence on marginalized communities like the LGBT population. Because of support like yours, we can create a culture of healthy living for generations to come.
My name is Stephen Jiwanmal, and I'm the Communications Manager at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I have the privilege of sharing our center's work with the community through social media, press coverage, and more.
Hi, I'm Catie Curtis, the Director of Programs, Research, and Evaluation here at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I guide our teams that carry out our arts, health, and youth programs, supportive services, and research projects. Thank you all so much for your support of the center.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Kim Ketterer. I use any pronouns with respect, and I'm the Youth Programs Manager here at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. Some of the things I do is plan programs for our youth, dance in a unicorn costume to make them laugh, and make sure that our youth are healthy and supported every day that we are open. Please consider donating to our program and have a wonderful evening with this gala.
Hi, I'm Kristen Leipert, and I'm the archivist at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I help preserve our local history within the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive. Our community has a rich history that continues to grow thanks to all of you.
Hi, I'm Liz Kaiser, and I'm the graphic designer at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I create all the visual content for marketing and community outreach. Thank you for all your donations, and I can't wait till we can all celebrate in person in the future.
Hi, I'm Riley Callahan, the Health Outreach and Supportive Services Coordinator at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, and I manage our free monthly support and community groups. I hope you have a lovely evening.
Hi, I'm Sharon Brossman. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Administrative Manager here at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. I oversee the daily operations of our offices and keep it running smoothly. We appreciate all your support and donations throughout the year. Be safe and stay well.
Hi, as you know, my name is Matt Easterwood. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am the Development Manager here at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. As I help manage the fundraising operations here at the center, I do typically look like this on a Wednesday. No, I am not wearing khakis or sneakers underneath the table. And yes, I'm so thankful that you are all here with us tonight for our 2021 Virtual Gala and LGBT Community Leadership Awards. I also want to thank our tireless and dedicated staff for bringing our mission to life and supporting, strengthening, and celebrating the LGBTQ+ community of the Lehigh Valley. Thank you and good night.
Hi everyone, it's me, one of your faves, Miss Electra Fierce St. James. Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center recognizes the importance of honoring our awardees for their roles as community leaders and active volunteers in service to the LGBTQ+ community. It is because of their community leadership that our awardees exude the qualities that can make a difference in the lives of our community. We appreciate your drive and your dedication to making the world a better place. Please enjoy this next section of our program where our awardees are introduced by my fellow staff members of the center. And to start us off, take us away, Liz Bradbury.
What a wonderful night. Good evening, I'm Liz Bradbury, the director of the Training Institute of the Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. My pronouns are she, her. It's been a year since our doors were open to our community, but we've continued to fight for LGBT community health every day. I'm honored to introduce our first award recipient. Her years as a powerful, longtime advocate for the LGBT community include testifying in front of Allentown City Council in the effort to pass Allentown's anti-discrimination law way back in 1998. In her practice as a pediatrician, she supported LGBTQ families and LGBTQ youth, especially transgender youth, for decades and continues to do so today. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Elizabeth Goff.
Thank you, Liz. I'm proud to be part of the continuing work towards LGBT equality and to be a supporter of the Bradbury-Sullivan Center. It is a pleasure and privilege to be part of the lives of so many LGBT youth and their families. My own family reminds me of so many examples of the center's programs, events, achievements, and support, and how meaningful and life-changing they can be. My aunt, Dixie White, was a lifelong activist working for the benefit of women, the LGBTQ population, and persons affected by HIV. She passed away last year, and the Bradbury-Sullivan Center has facilitated the archiving of her activism papers for future generations. My adult daughters experienced grassroots activism as young volunteers in the center's predecessor organization. My mother, Genevieve, who is in her 90s, enjoys participating in many Bradbury-Sullivan Center events, including queer art history classes and the memoir reading group, and now continues to do so on Zoom. I've enjoyed many Bradbury-Sullivan Center events throughout the years, an especially memorable one for me was the annual brunch 2 years ago following our team's participation in the Women's 5K to fight breast cancer. I met Kim Dakin there, and now we are married. I'm so grateful for the work the center does, not just for my family, but for every LGBTQ person and their allies in the Lehigh Valley, in Pennsylvania, and in all of the United States. Thank you for this honor.
Hi there, my name is Riley Callahan and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Tonight, I'm here with you at the Fine Arts Galleries at the Allentown Arts Walk. At Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, I'm the Health Outreach and Supportive Services Coordinator. I help organize a variety of free monthly supportive services and community groups here at the center. One of these great services is our LGBT legal clinic, where community members can book free half-hour consultations with attorneys about a variety of LGBT legal needs, including employment and housing discrimination, wills and estates, and family law, which includes questions about marriage, divorce, adoption, and many more. Our next award recipient is an attorney with our LGBT legal clinic, someone who is devoted to supporting our community. Please help me in celebrating attorney Justin Robinette.
This is Justin Robinette. I'm an employment law and civil rights attorney at the law offices of Eric Shore, which is an employment law practice located in Philadelphia. We take cases on behalf of individuals in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And for several years, I have handled cases of LGBTQ discrimination, harassment and retaliation and abuse in the Lehigh Valley, in the Philadelphia and the surrounding area. I'm honored that you would consider me for this award, although I must say that I don't feel deserving of the award. I do think that there's other individuals who are more deserving, and I think that this should be a time where we recognize the Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center itself for the work that it does, the world-class programming that it runs, including during a pandemic, the focus on LGBT health, which we're not really talking about enough, that the center is making very visible, to running a world-class LGBT legal clinic that is a model for how you run a pro bono legal clinic. The Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center, Mr. Shanker, Ms. Bradbury are all gems of the Lehigh Valley. The center is a gem of the Lehigh Valley that any person who is a member of the LGBTQ community should be encouraged to support with their time and their money and contribute in any way that they can. I would greatly encourage that. And thank you for allowing me to participate in your ceremony.
Hey everyone, my name is Stephen Jiwanmal. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the communications manager at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. Our next award recipient is one that ensures our history lives on. Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center and the Special Collections and Archives at Trexler Library at Muhlenberg College have partnered to collect, preserve, and provide access to the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive. Now, this collection documents local and regional LGBT life and activism and includes publications, organizational records, personal papers, oral histories, and artifacts. You can also search the records of Lehigh Ho, the Lehigh Valley Homophile organization, over at the Allentown Public Library. So it is with great pleasure that we present the Trexler Library at Muhlenberg College with an award for community leadership, as it recognizes, houses, and preserves our own LGBT history right here in the Lehigh Valley.
Hi, I'm Tina Hurdle, Director of Trexler Library, and I am deeply honored and humbled to accept the LGBT Community Leadership Award on behalf of Trexler Library and Muhlenberg College. As many of you know, it is not easy to say no to Adrian Shanker. However, when he approached me back in 2015 to ask if we would be interested in partnering with the Bradbury-Sullivan Center for the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive, it was very easy to say yes. While many may think of an archive as an inert and unchanging entity that only focuses on the past, I can assure you that the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive is quite dynamic and continues to grow. The reason this archive is so accessible and engaging is primarily due to the work of two individuals. First is Kristen Leipert, our digital projects archivist as well as the archivist for Bradbury-Sullivan, who has been critical in not only organizing, cataloging, and making the archive accessible, but in bringing it to life in many ways, such as the classroom, in exhibits, and with researchers. Secondly, I'd like to thank Susan Falciani Maldonado, who oversees Muhlenberg's Special Collections and College Archives, and gladly embrace this partnership. We have also had the wonderful opportunity to partner further with Lehigh University and the Southside Initiative through a Lehigh Valley Engaged Humanities Consortium grant for an oral histories project. We are very excited about how quickly and how well the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive has become an integral and important part of our Lehigh Valley history, and we look forward to its continued growth and success. Thank you again to the Bradbury-Sullivan Center, not only for this honor, but for inviting us to be a part of such crucial and far-reaching work.
Hi folks, my name is Catie Curtis. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Director of Programs, Research, and Evaluation at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center. Our next award recipient is an organization that strives to improve lives and community conditions here in the Lehigh Valley for all of us. The United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley unites us all, from requiring member organizations to uphold diversity, equity, and inclusion policies to helping LGBTQ+ youth when they need it most. The United Way helps lead the way for a more equitable future for our community. Please join me in celebrating the United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley.
This is Marcy Lesko, Executive Vice President at United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley. We are truly honored to be receiving this award. I accept this award on behalf of our board, our staff, our volunteers, and our partners, and in recognition of the journey that we've been on and the journey we will continue on. Inclusivity is one of the core values of our organization. We recognize and value the inherent dignity of all people in our community. And so our work together to serve the LGBT population in the Lehigh Valley is absolutely essential. We are proud and honored to be receiving this award, and more to be serving the community together. We recognize the incredible work that the Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center does. The work you've done over the last several years has been absolutely remarkable. From public policy and fighting for what's right across our region, protecting all people, protecting rights, protecting the inherent value of all people, education and awareness, public health, all of the different things that you do to celebrate people in all of their identities is absolutely remarkable. Thank you for this award, and thank you for the opportunity to be in partnership together.
Wow, the Lehigh Valley is so lucky to have such amazing advocates and leaders in the community. Congratulations to all of tonight's LGBT Community Leadership Award honorees. Now, please welcome Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center's archivist, Kristen Leipart, who will introduce our special guest performer, Catie Curtis.
Hi again, everyone. It is an honor to be able to introduce an entertainer for us all to enjoy this evening. For over 25 years, Catie Curtis toured full-time in the US and Europe, releasing 14 recordings and selling over 250,000 CDs, not to mention streaming and downloads. She has recorded for major labels like EMI Guardian and independent labels including Rykodisc, Vanguard, and Compass, collaborating with some of the finest musicians and producers in the country. Before the pandemic, she continued to play shows for a legion of fans who shared stories with her at the merch table night after night. Her songs have been featured in films and TV shows, and she performed several times at the White House during the Obama administration. She's intensely grateful for those years and honored to know that her music has been an integral part of so many people's lives, and we are ecstatic to have her in our lives tonight. Please join me in welcoming the inspiring Catie Curtis.
Hi, I'm Catie Curtis. It's wonderful to be here with you and with this year's LGBT Community Leadership Award honorees at Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center's virtual gala. Now that we're a year into COVID, it's virtual events like tonight that keep our whole community connected. Tonight's gala is such an important fundraiser for the LGBTQ arts, health, youth, and pride programs at Bradbury-Sullivan Center. Thank you so much for supporting this important organization. I'm going to play you a song now from my most recent record that I recorded during the pandemic at home by myself in this very room. So the record is called The Raft. It's out there on streaming services. And this is the title song, which is really about the importance of staying connected with the people who you can turn to, especially when things get difficult and challenging in life. Okay. Like I said, this is called The Raft. On a dirt road, there's a house by the water's edge. We're going back there again. Voices fill the rafters with song, and it's a long drive, miles that never end, till we're turning around the last bend, and you see inside the lights are on where I belong, safe with the friends I hold on to. As we're tossed and blown through the years, I return because I remember who I really am when I'm here. True, we are pieces of light from the moon. We bring it all into the room. It's all right to take a chance. We receive even as much as we give. It's the way that I wish I could live. Even when we don't know how to dance, we dance, we dance, we dance. Safe with the friends we hold on to, as we're tossed and blown through the years. I return, 'cause I remember who I really am when I'm here. And if it rains, we're gonna build a raft and hold on, turning the tears to laughs. And we won't go alone through the dark and unknown. Down a dirt road, there's a house by the water's edge. Going back there again, looking for the light inside. Safe with the friends I hold on to, as we're tossed and blown through the years. I return, 'cause I remember who I really am when I'm here. Who we really are when we're here. Thank you.
What an amazing night. I am so humbled to have been your host for such a great event. Thank you to all who donated tonight. Remember that you can continue to donate over the next coming days. So as a personal challenge to you, I am asking you to share the text to give information to all of your squirrel friends and your best Judies to ensure that the Bradbury-Sullivan LGBT Community Center can continue to do the important work that our community needs. The year ahead will be filled with a lot of healing, and the healing will begin by having our community center out there. The center is your voice, and it will continue to scream at the top of their lungs that we are here, and we matter. To see the strides that our community has made in the past decade are truly inspiring, and it's grown exponentially. I'm excited to see what another decade can do. And through your generous donations, we can see that work continue. I certainly enjoyed my time with you tonight, and I really hope that you enjoyed your time with me. Please have a great night, and remember that you are so loved, and you have a great community center out here that will fight for you every step of the way. Until next time, bye-bye.